What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage, and today we're back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about burnout. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be talking about manga burnout, baby. And with manga burnout, I think it hits the best of us. I think everybody who generally reads a lot of manga or collects manga, we all go through this phase. But let me go ahead and describe to you what burnout might be. Burnout is defined as a physical, emotional, or mental exhaustion accompanied by decreased motivation, low performance, and negative attitudes towards oneself and others. I can say that I probably went through manga burnout twice. Currently, right now, a bit. I'm kind of getting out of it right now. And last year, around the time of Thanksgiving / Christmas. Now let's go ahead and go over some of the emotional signs and symptoms of burnout. Sense of failure and self-doubt. Well, I don't necessarily think I got that. I mean, you might have that as a YouTuber, a content creator, but I don't have that towards manga. Feeling helpless, trapped, and defeated. I also don't have that towards manga either. I might have that as a creator, but I don't have that towards manga. Detachment, feeling alone in the world. Nah, this one doesn't apply to me. Loss of motivation. Ding, 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 ding. That might be the one that might be stemming this whole burnout phase right now. Another symptom, increasing cynical and negative outlook. This one might also be one that I have as well. And decreased satisfaction and sense of accomplishment. I will say as a content creator, I have had this, yes. And as a manga reader, I have also had this as well. But before we actually get into talking about all these symptoms and all these signs of me having manga burnout, go ahead, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and go ahead, like the video, follow me on all my other social media platforms. All my links will be in the description down below. So, let's go ahead and get into the video. So let's go ahead and talk about manga burnout. The 2/3 biggest signs or symptoms that I have manga burnout is lack of motivation. When I read a lot of manga at a time, and you know guys, at the beginning of the summer, I was reading Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, also read Saki to Succubus, I was reading some One Piece, One Punch Man, Teasing Master Takagi. I was reading a whole bunch of stuff while the summer started. Generally, I read a whole bunch of stuff, but when it comes to this summer, I was trying to read everything, and I was trying to binge read some of the things that I was reading. So that could have caused for a lack of motivation, because I'm not saying that I didn't have fun with the series that I was reading, but I kind of knew that I wouldn't get the same feeling, essentially, from other series I was going to read. Or maybe I wouldn't get that sense of satisfaction from other series I was going to read. And I'm not saying I go into every series with the same expectation from the last series I'm reading. No. I just know that sometimes, at some points, my mood changes. I might be in the mood for some Dragon Ball Z. I might be in the mood for some Berserk. I might be in the mood for some One Piece. I might be in the mood for some Hunter x Hunter. You know, my mood as a human changes just like yours does. So you can't tell me that you feel every single manga series that you are going into or that you want to get into, like, you don't feel that same level of hype that you do at all times. You get what I'm saying? I hope I'm explaining this or articulating myself correctly. Now let's go ahead and talk about the second symptom, increasing cynical / negative outlook. Now with this one, I don't think it's generally from the manga itself, but more from the manga community. Let me explain. When I talk about this being more from the manga community, it has to do with the hype of other people's expectations on series, especially when people are pushing series for you to read, hyping it up, having your expectations all the way up here, or people just hyping stuff up for no reason. And I get it, people can enjoy stuff, but when you hype it to others and tell people how you should feel, rather than letting people feel how they want to feel, and that's different. Now, I say that the difference between someone like me, who reviews the content, over someone who just hypes something up, I tell you my pros and my cons with a certain series. I never tell you what to feel or how to feel it. I always tell you how I feel about it. And I always implore you guys to actually read these series and form your own opinion, while with these hype beasts, we're going to call them hype beasts, they just generally tell you, oh, this series is fire, this series is the greatest thing ever, this series is better than the Bible. You get what I'm saying? Like, better than any religious text ever. And they can say that, they can have that opinion. I think you might be wrong, but you can have that opinion about that series. These people are the people who don't really want to find the critical aspects or find any type of criticism to pull out of these series. And I get it. People can enjoy series and have no flaws with them. I implore you to do that if you want to do that. I'm not saying you have to have a serious take or opinion on a series if you don't want to, but when you're trying to tell someone to read a series or try to convince someone to read one, I don't really feel like you could do that if you don't have a good critique on a series or can really articulate why this certain person should read this series. Like some people in my Discord, for example, a lot of people know I want to read Vagabond, but there's certain members in my Discord that know I wouldn't like Vagabond because Vagabond just really isn't my style. of a series from what they could tell from what I've read and from what I've told them what I actually like myself. They will say that Berserk is more my style rather than Vagabond. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to read Vagabond. I'm always going to try and form my own opinion at some point. But I really don't see myself putting Vagabond on my priority list when a whole bunch of people are just telling me, read it, it's really good, it's really great. And they're not like, you know, giving me any pros and cons or really trying to convince me of it being good. And so that could be where some of the cynical / negative outlook is coming from, because a lot of people and other manga tubers can tell you this. And I'm not saying don't do this, guys, but a lot of people will tell you to read their favorite series because it's their favorite series. And I tell them, you got to win me over with this series. What makes the series great? Oh, it has a good story. I feel like most series people are going to recommend me are going to say this exact same thing. What are you going to tell me about this series that you want me to read that 99 other people have not told me about the series that they want me to read? People don't really give a critical outlook on a lot of these manga series. And like I said, that's not necessary. But when people tell me how to feel about a series, rather than saying how they feel and that I might feel that way, that's different. Telling me how to feel versus telling me how they feel. There's two different meanings and definitions behind that. I hope I'm making that clear enough for you guys. And the last point with decreased satisfaction and sense of accomplishment. Now, I might have that because I kind of explained it within my lack of motivation. When it came to last year, all I was doing was like reading manga. I was reading manga. I was just going hardcore on buying manga. And I love manga. I still love manga. I'm not going to stop buying manga. Nothing like that. But I was kind of shelving off a lot of my other hobbies. I was kind of pushing them to the side, treating them like side chicks essentially. And I wasn't giving them enough attention that I felt like I should have, especially when I was getting so burnt out on manga because all I was doing was manga, content. And the content is on manga. So I'm just seeing manga every single where. And I get it that that's my fault for doing that. But the way that I curved that burnout was to actually take a break from reading the manga and to actually get into my other hobbies, whether that be collecting steelbooks, vinyl records, collecting video games. I've been back in the buying retro video games, whether it be on PS2, PS3. I've been trying to buy some PS4 games, but really I've been trying to get my PS2 and PS3 library up recently. And honestly, this has really curved my burnout because I'm not just focusing all my energy on just buying manga. I'm focusing it on buying video games, buying records, buying steelbooks, going to the movies with my girlfriend every now and then, and going to go watch a dope movie. I feel like when my concentration was all 100% on manga, that's when I got the burnout. And when I started actually dividing my attention up into all my other hobbies that I love, I feel like the burnout kind of went away. And now it's kind of hard for me to actually find time to read manga when I really want to read manga. Like right now, I've been recently craving to read some more manga. I just can't find the time because I've been trying to do other stuff, whether it be upgrading the YouTube equipment or upgrading my quality, or maybe like, you know, going to go watch the movies. I know plenty of you guys are going to the movie theaters hopefully now, but I hope you guys are staying safe. But nonetheless, I just feel like my burnout was curved essentially when my concentration wasn't just on that one thing. And I feel like manga has really been the only thing that I've been burnt out on in terms of emotionally. Now I've been burnt out on other things like buying vinyl records because a vinyl record generally was about $30 a pop. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe a steelbook is about $30. So it's way easier for me to be burnt out on money on those other hobbies than it would be on actual manga, because a manga volume is like what, $9.99, but if I go and write stuff, even though they starting to tax now, it was like $7.99 a volume. So you can kind of see what the difference is in terms of money burnout, where I was getting it in all my other hobbies, compared to manga burnout, where that's more of a mental / emotional type thing. I hope I actually helped some of you guys out who might be going through manga burnout or might have gotten it. I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comment section down below. I want to say that there are 2 other people who actually made videos on this that I am aware of, which is HVL and Blue Tempest. So if you want to check those videos out, I'll leave them in the description down below. And I'll probably leave them in the pinned comment if I remember. Editor Chase, please remember. I understand if he doesn't though. But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel, you have not already, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, post notification bell, like the video. And I gotta give a huge shout out to my Patreon pledgers for going ahead and financially supporting the channel, guys. I highly appreciate what you guys are doing for me, financially donating on Patreon. And I gotta give a huge shout out to the YouTube members for also financially donating on the YouTube side of things as well. Big shout out to Broke Boy Gang, because we all been through it. We all been going through a rough patch every now and then, but we gotta get out of it some way. Let me know some of your other guys' hobbies down below. Let me know what besides manga keeps you in Broke Boy Gang, whether that be video games, actual light novels, books, I don't know, PC equipment. You guys let me know down in the comment section down below. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.